Okay, so when the machine is off, you can move this. So you want to move it out of the way. Here is where you release the wheel so that you can put the vinyl in or out.
How the machine works, you might want to boost this up a little bit.
Okay,
Otherwise you'll find where it goes in.
and then feed that into the vinyl
Yep.
machine. And make sure it's straight, I guess.
Make sure it's straight, and the important thing is you want the wheel to be on the edge of the thing. The problem is the wheel can only be where the white line is.
Okay.
So the wheel will only stay
Oh,
within
okay.
this area. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
If you put in the black one, it will show arrow message on here.
Okay.
So make sure your vinyl is also within at least. So put it in between two lines.
Okay.
Sort of in the center.
Yeah.
Like if you're not doing something big, you can always have the wheel in the center, no problem.
Okay.
But the cutting area will get smaller the closer the two wheels are.
Okay.
You can use a line here as for a parallel.
Okay.
Make sure it's straight. For a row, it's not that important. Not that important. But for if you're doing like a sheet, that will come in pretty handy. And after that, just make sure everything's flush and lock it.
Widescreen mode. So you turn it on, and
Yep.
that will zero the head.
Yep. And this initial screen will let you pick which kind of material you have. Well, which I guess kind of will work. What's the format of the material?
Okay.
So this is a row, this is a piece.
Okay.
There's edge. Usually you only need row and piece.
Okay.
The row will actually ignore any. Let's call this X and this is Y. The row will only detect X automatically
Okay.
and ignore Y
Oh, okay.
because it's unlimited.
Yeah,
by
yeah.
the
Because
machine.
it's on a roll.
There's actually a limit of how big this machine can cut
Okay.
in Y direction, but it's pretty big, so it doesn't matter how much. And the edge will let you pick the actual edge of each side,
Okay.
and the piece similar thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, if you press enter,
Okay.
it will scan the edge of the piece and then set it to the leftmost point it can cut.
Okay.
And this machine will also origin into this point, which you can change later. So, for example, if you want to start cutting somewhere in the middle, here, you can move the head to there, hold origin. It will set this point into 0, 0.
Okay.
I remember when the software I say it's better to have this one 0 to the origin.
Yes,
That's
yes.
the reason. This is
Okay.
where the head is.
Right. That's where the head will. Okay. Got it.
And also one more thing is, this thing have a 0 sensor for Y.
Okay.
This is it. When it stops detecting any material, it will stop.
Okay.
It will not let you go any.
Like, yeah, go backwards.
Backward,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yep. So basically, when you just start, unless you have any other reason to do it, 0 it to the left bottommost edge, press origin, and that's the origin.
Great. ahead.
You don't want to touch this unless you are fine tuning. Basically, most of the time you press force and choose how many. What's G stand for?
Gram force. Not sure.
I'd like to say gram foot, but that
Gram
doesn't make sense. All right, but yeah, I'll figure it out.
It's like a pound force, but
Yeah,
like gram force maybe.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So for most of the vinyl, we set it to 60.
Okay.
Or at least most of the typical vinyl, 60 is enough. But you definitely want to do a test cut for whatever material is. So you set a force, press enter, and if you want to test it, there's a test button here.
Okay.
It will cut directly on where the head is. So if you press. You will do a test cut of circle. Let's see here. with a square in there and then with a cross in the
It's hard
center.
to see on the.
It's really
Yeah, it's hard to see on the
yeah.
video, but yeah,
Yeah.
it worked out.
We got picked. We can do it right away. So the center is a cross.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Outside the cross is a square.
Uh-huh.
Outside the square is a circle.
Okay.
The reason this thing is so complicated being that when a machine moves, especially the difference between doing a curved line and a straight line is different.
Right.
Also, the square edge will show you how. Sometimes it's less of the force, more of how fast you're running it. If you're running too fast, sometimes the corner will get messed up.
Oh, right.
That's why the test
The
shape
test
this
is those are those shapes. Okay. Cool. So that was testing.
Yep.
If the testing works.
Yeah, just put it to a place you want to cut, hold origin, and then you're ready to go.
Okay, great. And then how do I?
So for here, just press cutting. And make sure the machine printer name is Roland is ready. If that's good. The cutting, you can set the cutting speed and force parameter here, but if you don't need to, just leave at machine setting. Then it will use the setting we were
That we
setting
just
on the
did.
machine.
Yeah, that we just tested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to change like a lot of the stuff, like doing some weird material, you will want to do it on the computer because it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, just press OK. The machine will start running.
Okay, it's done. So now we can start peeling it, right?
Yep. So you can either grab a scissor, cut it off, or we also use a groove here as a cutting line.
Oh, okay.
So you just slide the knife into it.
Great. And I'm gonna peel it and we'll see how it looks. So we've we've cut our thing with the vinyl. Now we're just gonna use our little hook tool to start peeling the pieces away to reveal the shape. So I'm planning to use the negative of this. And I'm planning to put this on my laptop. As you can see, the sticker is revealing itself. Okay, so the sticker has been peeled. Now just a couple of notes about the design, which I will change in the future. When I pull this part of the O off, I'm gonna have to center that on my laptop. Same with the R. And so that was just a design flaw on my part. Another thing is when you're using the scratching tool, you might sometimes scratch the vinyl. And if that happens, you can just take a heat gun like this. And you can just heat the vinyl and that will smooth the surface.
Just heat up a little bit slower.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna take a while.
So, and now you can see that the surface is nice and shiny smooth again. Okay, so the last thing to do, so I was discussing how the O and the R, it turns out that there's actually a trick for that, which I'm just learning right now. You can use this transfer sticker. And so depending on the type of vinyl that you have, you're gonna get a different kind of stickiness. So this is a medium stickiness?
Yeah, that's a medium.
Because it's the, what kind of vinyl?
This one is used for permanent vinyl, but
Permanent
since we
vinyl.
are using a removable one,
Oh, okay,
this one will be a little bit overpowering this.
right.
Yeah. So we just stick this one onto
Yes.
the dusty surface.
So yeah, this is meant for permanent vinyl, whereas this is a removable vinyl that I used. So to make it less sticky, you can just stick it on the on here to collect some dust, and that will make it less sticky. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer it to my laptop, and I'm going to try my best to line up that line there. It's not necessary, but it just makes life a lot easier. And so now this.
Especially the part where it's like individual one. You
Oh
want
yeah,
to
and you yeah.
definitely-
So this is my first time, so I'm learning as I go. But yes, so you want to make sure that's on there real good. And so in theory, that should come up nice and good. And now I want to put it on my laptop. And so that's going to look really nice. And so I'm going to make sure I stick that to my laptop.
Yep.
I don't want to damage the screen very much though, so I won't push too hard. And then,
And when you're peeling it, peel a little bit, like more like that, and then
Yes.
pay attention what's coming off, what is not. So you have a time to, you can save it while it's not too late. Yeah, that's the problem with the using of overpowering transfer tape.
okay.
Yeah.
So you just want to go real slow. Uh-oh. So now I can just slowly but surely. And then here at this R, I'm going to want to watch out. Make sure, see, that's going to come off. So I want to make sure that that gets stuck on good. And from there, it should be pretty well home free. And there we are. Our nice vinyl sticker for our laptop. And of course, if I want, just a little bit of a heat gun. And there we go.